After we have chosen a color to represent the type of collision we have on the drawing, we now need to choose a tolerance. Here we're working on fittings, colliding with fittings. Here we've clicked on this particular field. You can see up here we got the color blue and tolerance 0. Zero tolerance means that PractiCAD does not put a collision mark on the drawing unless there is 0 inches or less space between the two objects. In other words, in this particular case, the objects have to be colliding in order for us to mark it with a collision mark. However, we can come over here where it says steel against fittings and say that on our drawing, we actually want to check these two entities within a tolerance of 2 inches. And what we've done is we've put 2 inches here. We're going to pretend that there's fireproofing on these beams, and we need PractiCAD to tell us when we're within 2 inches or less of steel and fittings touching one another. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to press OK with the tolerance set as 2 for the steel and fittings. And we're going to come over here and focus on this portion of the drawing. Here you can see that PractiCAD has marked it with the collision ball. You can see that the bottom of the beam is at 14 foot. You can see that the top of duct, which is marked right here, is at 14 1 inch. So these are in fact colliding. But what we're going to do now is we're going to click on this transition. And we're going to come over here where it says top change -1. And we're going to lower this duct 2 more inches and say top change is going to be -3. And we're going to hit enter. Now notice, you can see that the top of this duct is at 13 foot 11 marked on the drawing, which means it is 1 inch below the bottom of this steel. However, because our tolerance is 2 inches, we are still going to mark this as a collision. If we'd like to make this collision bolt disappear with a 2-inch tolerance, we better have the top of this duct at least 2 inches or more lower than the bottom of this beam. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to top change where it's -3. We're going to change it to -5, so we're 3 inches away. When we do that, now we're outside our tolerance and PractiCAD removes the collision mark. This way we can control individual colors and tolerances for each type of collision within PractiCAD.